Creed ABSOLU AVENTUS, the brand new release from Creed. Get in there, you packer. Brand new release from Creed. I'm sure you've heard about it by now. Now, same bottle design. I'm still not sold on the finish. I think they could have done something better with this one. I wasn't going to jump on this at all, but I was given a nice little discount. I did buy it direct from Creed Boutique here in Sydney. So it comes in a little Creed box. Came in a Creed bag. I've never bought from them directly before. They sent me samples. They've sent me a sample of Creed ABSOLU, Creed Aventus, and then two that I requested, Tabarone Meliseum and Neroli Sauvage. So I was keen to try them. I will try them down in the near future. But what they also threw in was this book. If you can read, I'm still learning how to read. I'm trying to get the audio book. But anyway, it's kind of handy. It's good for our little fragrance room. But, whoop, nearly dropped him. Comes like this. Comes your little ribs as you expect. Little seal of approval on the side there. And it comes. I will probably store that box away. I won't put it on display. I'll just set this up there with my other Creed fragrances. Now, pricing is apeshit crazy on this fragrance. It is all over the place. So from what I've heard, in the US, it retails around $530 US. That equates to over $800 Australian. But here in Australia, it was going, the other week when I bought it, the full retail was 530 Australian dollars. I think it's gone up to 545 now, which drops down to maybe 350 US dollars. So here in Australia, even direct from Creed themselves, it is so much cheaper. So finally, we get a win. Now, and whether this next part is true or not, I heard that it is a limited release and Australia was only going to receive one shipment. So that gave me the old FOMO. What the fuck is FOMO? Glad you asked. FOMO. Fear of missing out. Back to you, Mark. So I have given it probably 3 days wearing straight in a row for you guys. It's kind of a waste wearing it to work, to the gym, and just around the house, but I wanted to get you my genuine opinion, my take on ABSOLU AVENTUS. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get this shit rolling. Boom, g'day fellow fragheads. Mark from Aussie Fragrance back, as we said. Creed ABSOLU AVENTUS. Give it a couple of puff daddies. Where are you, little fella? Round the outside. Straight up, don't make the same prediction error that I did. This isn't a noir version or a nighttime version of Aventus. Well, not directly. It is still fresh, summery fresh, and definitely wearable any time of the day. Just not the darker, heavier take that I was assuming. Now, let's just quickly whip out those notes. In the top, we've got blackcurrant, grapefruit, and bergamot. Then in the heart, we have ginger, cardamom, cinnamon, and citron. Then in the base, we just have pink pepper, patchouli, and vetiver. So a few notes dropped, a few notes added. But I think birch and the pineapple is still used, just not at the levels of the original Ventus. That's why it's not listed as a main note. Those notes we just listed are the main notes. In many fragrances, there are many, many other notes hidden behind those. Otherwise, every fragrance would be so easy to clone, just smell the same. So it's nothing for a fragrance to have maybe 100 different ingredients. Now for me, first sprays, that black currant, it pops. Not sweet, not offensive. It's classy and it's expensive smelling actually. There's almost a gentle muskiness to it as well. Now the first 30 minutes of ABSOLU AVENTUS is really impressive. It was really surprising and it does make you question, could this be the best in the Aventus lineup over Cologne and the original? It is genuinely that impressive from the get-go. The original Aventus DNA is there, definitely is there, but I'd say 50% at that point. This is just new and revamped. A more modern take, if you will. But after that first half hour to an hour, that impressiveness, it just settles. It is good, it is still really good, but it's no longer a super wow fragrance. And I'm sure that this is when the smoky birch vibes start to come into play and further through to that midpoint, only gently. And there is that pineapple vibe too, which isn't listed, But the citrus notes, they could be perfectly blended to give that same sort of accord that the pineapple vibe does in the original. For me, what Creed has done with this release though, they've fixed the issues of Aventus. I'm talking about the compliment factor. With the original, like to admit it or not, you will get noticed, you'll get complimented more by gentlemen than what you will women. I love the scent, but my wife, she just doesn't see the hype. And she's never been overly impressed with the original Aventus. Whereas on the other hand, I do. I love it. Big fan. This release right here is more appealing to the women. Now, formal-wise, Aventus easily worn while you're wearing a suit or in a formal situation. ABSOLU steps it up another notch. Like a more modern Big Brother. A touch more class, touch more sophistication. Now, 5 hours in, ABSOLU does go a lot closer to the original. I'd say here it is probably 75% of the original Aventus. Now, positive for this fragrance for me is the scent bubble that it creates. It is near perfect and lasts 2 to 3 hours easy for me. But overall, 6 hours in, it was getting hard for me to detect. It did stick around for the 8 to 9 hour mark, but that 6 to 9 hours was very hard to smell unless you're getting up close, whiffing away, or you're pumping out a bit of body heat. It might project a bit more. But day to day, people around you probably will not smell it after the 7 hour point. With time, it may improve, as some niche fragrances seem to do. Now, we've got the Aventus OG, ABSOLU, and we also have, we call it Viking, Aventus Cologne. I'm a fan of all three. Layering all three together could be interesting. Or just two, ABSOLU and Cologne, ABSOLU and the OG. You never know. Because Cologne and the OG, that's a good layering. But this one differs enough to give it more of a, I don't know, wow factor. We will find that out. I'll play around with the layering later on. But what fragrance does this smell like? From memory, boom, this one right here, Mercedes-Benz Select. There are a lot of Aventus clones out there. Some hit it, some don't hit it. This doesn't hit the original that much, but it uses blackcurrant instead of pineapple, and immediately I got hints of that, but I haven't worn this for 12 months, so I should have, fuck it. I'm going to spray it on now. Give them both a whiff. Bang, bang, bang. Mercedes bends over whenever you want it to. Now, straight up, yeah, it's much cheaper quality for sure. It comes in at 1/5 of the price. Easy. Probably 1/10 of the price you get it on sale for. It is the combination of the blackcurrant and the vetiver that they use in this attempted inspiration of the original Aventus. So they do, yeah, similar enough, but it's definitely not a clone of this, which it couldn't have been. Came out fucking 10 years ago. But for a similar style of fragrance, Mercedes-Benz Select comes close to it. But like the original Aventus, it's hard to replicate that. So there you go. It's my quick take on ABSOLU Aventus. I'm sure we're going to be swamped with video reviews on this in the near future if they're not already out by the time I've done this. I will mention it a lot more in a couple of videos of mine for sure. I'm a fan. I can see it working well. I'll wear it on date nights. Check out the compliment factor and get back to you with that one. So how about you? Have you been lucky enough to try it yet? What are your thoughts? How about that price point? Do you think it's worth it? Do you think any fragrance is worth that? It's definitely the most I've paid for a fragrance for a long time. I'd say if it is true about that limited release, I'd say jump on it. But there we go. That's it. Thanks for sticking around. Until next time, peace. Stay safe. Say good day to your mum for me. She's an absolute banger for sure, I tell ya. Cheers.
I wanna go out